Hey, what's up everybody, I'm back. And recently we talked about how the Nintendo NX final name could in fact be the Nintendo NX, with the trademark being filed and copyrighted by Nintendo in that recent logo from the Sonic 2017 trailer. And just to keep in mind, guys, when you think about this logo being shown in the trailer, this is the very first time that Nintendo has ever trademarked and copyrighted a logo for a quote-unquote code name. You have never seen this happen with the GameCube, which was codenamed Dolphin. You've never seen this happen with the Wii, which was codenamed Revolution. You've never seen this with the Wii U, that was codenamed the Project Cafe. We have never seen this happen before, where they actually put the logo in these trailers for previews of games that are going to be released in the future. Never seen a code name be a placeholder name in a trailer. That's never happened before, with Nintendo at least. If something like that has happened with other companies, please let me know. They're actually doing this in the advertising the name NX already. So if Nintendo does change the name to something else completely right now, out of the blue, then I think that it quite possibly could be confusing for people who are expecting something NX related to now be like, oh wait, now it's called this, because I think mindshare for the NX name is very strong throughout the entire internet. There is a lot of people that know about this codename console for Nintendo and are very excited about it, obviously. So again, briefly, that's why I think that is the name. But moving forward, when the NX was first talked about in March 2015, it was revealed that that was the codename by Satoru Iwata. In March 2015, Iwata said that the NX was the codename for Nintendo's next platform, next dedicated gaming machine, basically, is what he said. Initial reaction to this name was that it was going to be referred to as something like a cross-generational, cross-platform type of name, like NX, Nintendo Cross, because the X in Japan always means cross, basically, is what it translates to. Since it is a Japanese company, them naming it NX could theoretically mean Nintendo Cross. This was what was speculated when it first was announced in 2015 as being like cross-play. People were assuming, oh, cross-play, it means it's going to have that portable element, it's going to have the console, it's going to have a portable device that's going to be cross-compatible, where you can take it on the go and play with you away from the console. This was also reported by the Wall Street Journal, who said that you could take a mobile unit from the NX console away from the system and take it with you on the go to be used portably. Yes, it could be conceived as this being the case, as the NX having a portable element, that it could be cross in that way, and you can use it on the go with you as well. I did a video about that, of how they could theoretically do that without having any kind of detriment to the power of the console, by streaming the game peer-to-peer directly to your handheld device. With just a screen on it, they could theoretically do that very well. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you take a look at it, because it's extremely easy to do that with today's technology and the technology of the Polaris, which has the H.265 encoder and decoder built inside of those chips. So moving on from that, getting away from the portable element of it, what else could the NX stand for as far as the naming of it, if Nintendo decides to go with that as a final name, NX? Now, cross could also mean cross-generational, or perhaps cross-demographics, basically. There's been talk about how the NX would be able to bring back some of those casual gamers that left the Wii and moved on to PlayStation 4 and even smartphone devices. So cross-demographics could mean that the NX could be a system that is great for the core gamer, which has traditional controls, has everything you need for the online experience, has the graphical power, has the storage space, has all that good stuff, has the architecture, has everything you need for a core gamer experience. But the cross-demographics part of it could also mean that the NX has a way to bring in the casual market, to be able to make it possible for them to play a core gamer experience without having to worry about all those intimidating buttons that a controller for a core gamer would have. So theoretically, I'm just guessing here, that it is possible that Nintendo, with the magic they have, all the creative ability they have, maybe they found a way to bring in those gamers who play on smartphones to be able to play a core gamer experience without having to worry about all those different buttons, memorizing all different button combinations on the gamepad. That is very traditional for those type of games. So I'll give you a quick example. Say that you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, or you're playing the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at home, and your girlfriend or your wife comes over to you and says, wow, that game looks really cool. I like the graphics. It looks amazing. I wish I could be in that world, and then you say, hey, why don't you just try it for yourself, and you hand the controller over to them. What usually happens in that case for someone who doesn't play those type of games? Usually they say, oh, no, I could never play that. I'll just watch you play, because all those different buttons and everything I have to memorize in the game, I could never do that. But the game looks great. I like watching you play it though. How many times have you heard something like that from somebody? Me personally, I hear it quite a bit from my own wife, and I've heard it from other people as well, that those type of games, they look great, they look cinematic, they look beautiful, but they can never bring themselves to play them because it's too intimidating by the controller. So theoretically, if Nintendo figured out a way to make it possible for those type of gamers who go on smartphones and just look at other people play console games and don't really want to try it for themselves because they're too scared to, maybe Nintendo has found a way to make it possible for people like that to play a game like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Xenoblade Chronicles X in a way that is easier for them. Maybe the controller has some type of haptic feedback, they patented that. Maybe it has some type of way that buttons are not as important to use for the casual gamer to enjoy that type of experience. But also the controller has the ability to act like a Pro controller, for example, or a DualShock 4. That could be theoretically how Nintendo could bring in the casual market to play the core gamer experience, because that's where Nintendo was going. You could see it right there with their first launch game for the NX, or it's not going to be on day one, it's going to be close to it, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, moving towards full environment open world games. That is not a mobile phone type of experience. You need to have more intuitive controls. You need to have something more complicated, obviously, in the gameplay for core gamers to enjoy. That is going to be a game for core gamers. How are you going to get someone like your girlfriend or your little sister to be able to play that game and not feel so intimidated? Granted, game design has something to do with it. The more simple the game design is, the easier it will be for everyone to play. But a game like Breath of the Wild, it seems pretty simple on the outside, but there are some complicated elements to the game design itself. You got puzzles, you got the physics element to it, you got little quirks you can do with the gameplay of it inside the game. So if you can get past that controller aspect of it being confusing to people with a non-traditional type of controller, that would make it easier for them, and still have the core gameplay and core controls available for the core gamer without any detriment to the game itself. I think Nintendo, maybe they figured out a way to do that, bringing those players in who have only gotten good at Candy Crush and Clash of the Clans and Pokemon Go, for example, making it easier for them to enjoy a core gamer experience. If Nintendo has figured that out, which it's possible they could have, since they're Nintendo, they do crazy stuff like that all the time, we could be looking at a huge revolution type of thing with the Nintendo NX, bringing casual gamers into the core gamer market, in effect turning them into core gamers. When you think about it, that is something really exciting to think about, because I would love to be able to see like my wife or someone else's parent or someone like that be able to sit down and enjoy a game like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild without them feeling so discombobulated by the controls. I think that would be really cool if Nintendo could figure something out like that to bring those casual players in. So in regards to what that final secret is, I think that might be what Nintendo is leaning towards. How are they going to make those core gamer experiences possible for everyone to enjoy? That's my question, and that's where I think they're going. So anyways guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys very soon in the next video. Take care.